I wrote the paper. I did the research. All it did was fix my grammar and my punctuation.
This student is so frustrated. AI is everywhere these days, including in some places you may not realize. This university junior found that out the hard way. Marley Stevens used a very popular writing plugin called Grammarly while working on a paper for her criminal justice class. Now, Grammarly says 30 million people use this tool, and it does what you may expect. It catches spelling errors, typos, grammar issues. But when she submitted her work to the professor, she was surprised to find she was given a 0 on the assignment. It turns out that Grammarly uses generative AI, and a detection service flagged it for the teacher as unintentionally cheating. Now, the kicker, though, her school, the University of North Georgia, had Grammarly listed on its own website.
Well, that seems like a shut case. You got it recommended on your website to download Grammarly so we have students write more properly. She used Grammarly. It's recommended on their university website, and then she got flagged for using AI. I mean, you can't have it both ways at a university. It doesn't seem like cheating. I don't think she should deserve a 0. So you would hope that they have reversed their decision? Can't imagine that they haven't yet, but let's see.
As a tool for students to utilize.
Right there.
And this back and forth began in December. Grammarly was not taken down from this website until just a few weeks ago. We did reach out to the university for comment. We have not yet heard back. But Marley Stevens joins.
You know, I've always wondered about the reaching out for comment. Like, they just send in, like, a general question into someone's email or something. Like, where does that even go? But that's the dumbest side.
Us now, along with Jenny Maxwell from Grammarly itself. Marley, Jenny, welcome both of you. And I do want to start with you, Marley. I understand you are still on academic probation. You're still fighting this 3 months later. And you've been working to clear your record because you got a 0 on this assignment. Your GPA has tanked.
Yeah, what is probation? Like, you pay thousands of dollars to go to college, you take on all this debt, you use a Grammarly tool in which they recommend for students to use, and now you can't go to class anymore? You get a 0? Come on, man.
Your scholarship is on the line now. Were you shocked when you got that 0 on the paper and you were put on probation?
I was. At first, when I got the email where he told me that he gave me a 0, I thought that he had sent the email to the wrong person because I worked super hard on my paper and I had been writing my papers the same way all through college. And so he sends me this email and I was like, did he get me confused with someone else? Like, what happened?
Yeah, and meanwhile, you thought maybe that was a simple mistake. Would you have ever envisioned you're still fighting this 3 months later? A whole scholarship might be on the line?
I really did not. I didn't think that my scholarship would be on the line.
I mean, if she only used Grammarly, and this was recommended on the university homepage, I don't see how that's an issue. I really don't. And it's so bizarre because with this whole AI detection thing, you're just going to have those handful of professors. They're super on edge about AI. They use their detection tool just to flag and cook students. But we have so many students getting away with it all the time. If you're flagging any student, like in her case, I don't even think she used ChatGPT or anything. She just used Grammarly to correct it. You flag that one student and you throw her under the bus, essentially, when probably a bunch of students are using some form of AI in this dude's class. I don't get it. I don't know how it's gone on for that long. You would think the university or someone would step in at some point and tell him he's out of line. Unless somewhere in his syllabus he said no Grammarly specifically, I don't really know how he can give her a 0 and how the scholarship can be on the line, I guess. Because that would be more than just a single class, right? He would have to go to the university and accuse her of cheating, I would have to assume, right, for a scholarship to be on the line? Or is it if you fail a single class, your scholarship is on the line based upon the failure, maybe? Not sure.
I think that I would be on academic probation. I'm on probation until February 16th of next year.
A whole probation.
And this started when he sent me the email. It was October, so I didn't think.
Let me read the email. Okay, so good afternoon. When your paper was uploaded on 10/6/23, it was checked through Turnitin. The program returned a positive response for AI. I also checked your paper through a third-party app utilized by the Criminal Justice Department for verification. This app confirmed the Turnitin AI response. Using AI is cheating and not your work. Therefore, you will receive a grade on 0 for your paper. Any further violations will be sent to the Student Academic Integrity Committee. These AI flags are not reliable, low-key. Like, my belief on them, it's almost like a polygraph, right? Like, it's not reliable, right? I literally saw on my X feed, someone sent in the Declaration of Independence into one of these AI detectors, and it flagged it as AI, so it's not at all reliable. She used Grammarly, which was recommended by the university, and now she's canned. One, I wouldn't be at all surprised if there are other students who used AI and got away with it. Like if they just use a different AI, or they use an AI to fix the AI. And some students, even they have the detectors too. So the students paste their essay into an AI detector. They're like, ah, shoot, it got flagged. And then they probably have an AI anti-detector. So it's just ridiculous, bro. The whole thing is a mess.
And this started when he sent me the email, it was October. So I didn't think that now in March of 2024 that this would still be a big thing that was going on.
Yeah, to your knowledge, are your other classmates also using Grammarly?
Yes. So it's
bruh. Yeah, so the other kids are using Grammarly too, but I guess her Grammarly got flagged and theirs didn't. It's just kind of like RNG when it comes down to it. Oh my word.
recommended on the school website. They did take it down for about 3 hours, and when I realized that they took it down, I posted a TikTok about it.
Oh yeah, that's what I talked about. They thought the U.S. Constitution was written by AI, so it's just unreliable. I don't think that's fair. I mean, maybe I'd have to hear the university side. Maybe like their only argument will be if she didn't just use Grammarly, but she's using Grammarly as a cover up for actually using AI. That's all I can think, really.
And then magically it reappeared on the school website. So I know lots of people. I have a teacher this semester who told me in an email, like, yes, use Grammarly.
So a professor's recommending the tool. It just seems unfair. I think the professor was like, okay, I want to stop AI. I want to stop cheating. But so the university itself recommends Grammarly. Another professor recommends Grammarly. But her Grammarly got unlucky and got flagged, and now she's cooked academically. Oh my goodness.
It's a great tool. And they advertise it, so I never thought that that would be a problem. But I know all kinds of people who use it, whether they're in college or not.
Yeah, Jenny, I want to bring you in here. I mean, Grammarly does use AI technically.
I mean, everything uses AI. What constitutes an AI? Grammarly reads your essay and then says, okay, how can we rewrite it? How can we restructure it? Like, there's no actual artificial intelligence, okay? AIs are literally just programmed bots. That's all it is. They're programmed bots that you either reward or disreward for giving the wrong answer, and they take in a bunch of data points. They can't think for themselves. And that's just Grammarly. It's just going to take in a bunch of data points to rewrite your structure, and it gets positive or negative feedback based on how it rewrote your essay. So freaking everything's AI. I mean, come on. My music app is AI. If I skip a song, it doesn't play it more often. Okay, the YouTube algorithm is AI. The more videos I click on and the longer I watch, the more I'm recommended those videos. Is that an AI? I mean, come on.
Explain why this is not cheating for students to use.
Because recommended.
Yes, thanks for having me. I'm really excited to share our opinion about
got
this.
the GM.
Grammarly has been the preferred writing partner for students and now professionals for over 15 years. Our AI engine inside of it helps people create better writing experiences that are grammatically correct, have fewer spelling issues. We've recently added a generative engine within Grammarly, and we do it in a way that allows students to maximize the impact of the technology, but do it in a responsible way.
So what exactly, what do they mean by responsible AI? But like, I guess what, it's rewriting her essay too much is the argument. I don't know, man.
In a way that allows them to cite and share with their faculty or professors when they've used it.
But it still is a grammar check, right? Like, I'd have to assume it's not actually writing your essay, like, fully, but I guess it fixes up your sentence structure, and that fix up is too similar to AI. Is that the problem?
How they've used it.
Yeah, and since losing your appeal, I know that you've started a GoFundMe as well. And Jenny, I know Grammarly itself has stepped in and donated $4,000, I believe. What are the next steps here, both of you? Marley, we'll start with you.
I mean, dang, okay, we got a whole GoFundMe, and they got to get a lawyer. I feel like this should be settled, because every college student is using AI by and large. They're just picking out a few people at random. And in her case, she didn't just use ChatGPT to write an essay. She didn't use Grok. She didn't use Gemini. She literally used a recommended tool on the university homepage. They said to use Grammarly. So maybe they said use Grammarly. Grammarly added the AI. The university wasn't on top of it and didn't care to flag it. So she went along using Grammarly thinking there's not an issue, but then Grammarly did add AI. So I think they could easily settle this. They'll be like, all right, we'll give you a pass, but in the future we have to ban this Grammarly AI because it's a problem, and it would have worked out. So I cannot believe it went to like these lengths. It makes no sense to me.
As far as next steps, I can't go too far into it. I have been in contact with a lawyer of in a way, and we have had some conversations.
This is
But as far
ridiculous.
as the school goes, there's nothing else that I can do directly with them. They told me that since I didn't get suspended, expelled, or kicked out of a program, that appealing my hearing decision was not an option. And so I don't, as far as the school goes, there's nothing else I can do. But I have had meetings with some people from Grammarly, including Jenny, and they've been very helpful. But there's not.
There doesn't seem to be a clear path forward. I understand. And, you know, Jenny, one more question for you. You know, AI is such a hot topic right now. It's a divisive topic. Do you think this is a case of just not understanding this tool, of fear getting in the way? And unfortunately, the casualty in all of this is Marley.
I think so. I think education is wrestling right now with how they need to evolve the way that they assess writing, particularly in higher education. We offer a unique perspective on this. We have 70,000 teams globally, worldwide, that use Grammarly at work. So what we know is this new world of work that these students are trying to be prepared for involves AI. And we see ourselves as a great partner in helping institutions and organizations craft their policy around what is safe and acceptable usage of it. They have to lean in. It's not going away. And so that's sort of our position in it. And we're really excited to work with Marley on what student perspectives we need to keep in mind as we think more about the responsible use of this technology.
All right. I mean, there are two sides to every story. I don't want to hear the professor's side, and I would actually want to know, like, how much did Grammarly do? Because my understanding of it is that it just fixed up her paper, and I guess it used some AI to reword things. But I'd have to assume it's not like she just prompted Grammarly and it pumped out an essay. That's my best guess, but they didn't really go into too much detail as to how much Grammarly did. And I guess the university declined to comment, but I would like to hear from the professor. But based on what I learned from that video, it just seems completely absurd. Let's see if the comments have some more insight, starting with, if Grammarly was, as they report, explicitly authorized at the time she did her paper, then it's case closed. She's innocent. She used a grammar checker that the university itself recommended. She should have her probation lifted, her record cleared, and her paper regraded. The professor/university officials who punished her reprimanded, and she be given a public apology. I mean, yeah, if it's recommended on their homepage, hey, use Grammarly to check your papers, this will help you get better grades, and she used Grammarly, is there an issue? You know, if they didn't explicitly ban the Grammarly AI, or they're going to say, oh no, the AI was too far, you can use normal Grammarly, but not the AI Grammarly, like that's a different product or something. I use Grammarly for school. That is scary that happened because most universities provide students with that service. Yeah, it seems to be very built in. The professor literally relies on AI to tell him whether or how to grade. He's lazy. Okay, chill out. Okay, he used AI to detect if it's AI, but I assume he would actually read the paper if it came up no. But that's really what it is. We got students using AI, the professors using AI to detect the AI. We also have students using specialized AIs to not sound like AI so they can pass the test. It is a mess. Now here's one comment on the side of the university. They didn't make a mistake. They said use Grammarly for editing. You don't start using it to rewrite the whole paper. And that's kind of the thing where I don't see it. Like, I'd like to see, okay, what was her paper? And then when she entered it into the Grammarly, how much did it change? How much did it skew? You know, is that breaking the rules? But it just seems like one of those different scenarios, right? They recommended Grammarly because they thought it was a fixer-upper tool. Grammarly adds the new AI. The university didn't know about this AI and didn't update their website, so she just was like, oh yeah, I can use Grammarly, this is allowed, this is what I use. She gets randomly flagged, and now she's in big trouble. The irony of this story, the teacher likely used an AI detection tool that is operated using AI. Yeah, it's like my AI versus your AI, bro. Like, it's absurd out here. I tried Grammarly once. The paid service has style correction tool, not just grammar. I wonder if she used that, and that's why it is flagged as AI generated. Okay, so there's a paid service with the style correction tool, which is different than the grammar, and that's what got flagged. But if the university itself promoted Grammarly and didn't make any kind of specific note against the style correction tool here, I don't think they have any right to ban her. How can they say it? It's on your university homepage to use Grammarly. She uses Grammarly in a university class. I don't see how that's an issue. That likely it. Changing the punctuation won't likely flag. If it's flagged, then she likely used it to change the sentence structure and even wording. And then the reply says she used it to write her whole paper and got busted. But we don't know that. We don't know that. I need to see the draft. What was entered in the Grammarly? How much was changed? But even if that's the case, I mean, she's still using Grammarly. If they allowed Grammarly, I just don't see how they can ban her. She said that she downloaded Grammarly for free from her university's website. Dude, if they even had a download link too, man, There's no way, man. There's no way they can ban her. There's a comment from a professor, I believe. It says, Turnitin has a message to the professors that says the AI detection is not 100% accurate and that you should investigate each case on its own merit. Something to this effect. I have had students submit work and there was no doubt in my mind it was theirs. That being said, Turnitin flagged it. It's unreliable. Like I said, these AI detectors are similar to a polygraph. You know, it's maybe likely accurate, but you never really know. So they talk to the students and they use Grammarly to check their work and make suggestions. This is a bigger conversation that academia is having right now across the board. I do think for the interview to be non-biased, I would like to have seen a representative from Turnitin be represented. Microsoft Word also checks your grammar. I understand this new application has the ability to rewrite the whole paper and make it sound like another person who wrote the paper. That's really what I want to see. You know, how much did it rewrite the paper? That would be interesting to know. There is a big difference between free Grammarly, which checks for spelling and grammar, and premium Grammarly, which will alter a student's writing. Students tell me they have used Grammarly and the paper is being flagged as 100% AI. The Grammarly writing does not compare to their writing full stop. Yeah, I think that comment largely sums up the situation. So in my opinion, she should have just been giving a warning. I think the university needs to update their website with Grammarly and says, hey, you can't use this rewriting feature. You can only use the simple spell check. And that will solve the whole situation. I don't think they can rightfully put her on probation when they literally gave her a download link for Grammarly. According to the comment, or at the very least, they promoted Grammarly on their website. It just seems pretty unfair. But if you agree, disagree, comment down below, like and subscribe to join the choir crew. Now you have reached the end.